An apologia is a reasoned defense of the conduct or opinions of the writer. In this poem, Owen implies various justifications for his work. First, in line with his anti-war opinions, he is trying to show the war's horrors in shocking detail. Second, he is anxious to rouse his readers from their complacent acceptance of the war. And finally, like any poet, he wishes to show how he sees more in the situation in which he is in than most ordinary men would have found. A strange beauty, a friendship deeper than would be possible elsewhere, even a source of amusement and exaltation where they would little be expected. The poem relies heavily on the effect of irony and paradox. We do not expect to hear of the men in the trenches smiling, yet Owen records that they do, while all the time stressing the squalor of their situation. It is wretches who laugh, and their laughter becomes hysterical as they are caught up in a frenzy of unfeeling actions. Merry it was to laugh there, where death becomes absurd, and life absurder. For power was on us as we slashed bones bare, not to feel sickness or remorse of murder. He goes on to register the events which have had a strange attraction for him, the occasional chance to permit his imagination to soar past the entanglement where hopes lay strewn, the elation of having led his men to safety, and at the sight of gratitude on their faces, and the companionship that caring for one another's wounds can create, a form of love deeper, he claims, than conventional lovers experience. In the midst of the soldiers' curses, which, though apparently foul, served to keep their spirits up, he has found beauty. In the silence of being alone at the post, he has found happiness. In the midst of the worst and most destructive shelling, he has found peace. These are obviously paradoxical notions, and Owen leaves us to ponder them by breaking into a reproach to those who may be interested in the nature of this odd beauty. He claims that only those who have experienced these events can understand them, not those who merely read about them. Paradoxically, this approach makes one more willing to enter fully into the spirit of the poem and try to understand what Owen found in the trenches, what he believes we will not understand. Thus, he does not try to describe cheerfulness at the front in case people at home might think that soldiers are well content and do not need pity. The poem ends on a note of bitter defiance. These men are worth your tears. You are not worth their merriment. The first 4 stanzas, using Christian terminology, described the ecstasy that is a part of war experience, a state in which the mind surges above horror to a quasi-religious mode of perception. Stanzas 5 and 6 describe the comradeship of the soldiers in metaphors of tying together, in which military methods of binding are substituted for images traditional in love poetry, of joy's ribbons, kisses, and the bonds of interchanged looks.